Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play LSD. I'm your host CPC Gamer, and in our last episode, the game kept waking me up abruptly and not letting me do the things that I wanted to do. So, let's hope that today is better. Although, I say today, but it's still the same day as the last video. I'm still sat here recording, just doing whatever I want to do. And I'm stuck in the floor again. That's just super. Whoa. Okay, I'm gonna calmly back away from you because going near to you kinda scares me. Are you a nerd today? Okay, maybe not. I totally meant to do that. Oh hey, look where I am. If I move, will I fall? Oh! Okay, that's just the sun rings coming at you. Okay. I am saying okay a lot today, I've just noticed. And you know, I wonder what the game thinks is happening when it's putting me in the floor like that, you know? Like, was the floor originally programmed to be that little bit lower for some reason, and then they moved it up in development? I don't know, and for some reason this looks just off. That techno-butter texture never looks good, and it always looks like it's loaded the wrong palette, but add it to that green mist and it's just... yuck. And you know what? I'm almost glad that I came here. This is where I ended up coming, you know? And I'm on top of a car. The game just can't make up its mind what's going on with the Y-axis today. Alright. I'm looking at you out the corner of my eye, lamp. I know you do something. I know what you do. I know it's kind of scary, too, so... hopefully don't do it now. Or maybe do. I think it'll help with the general downer feel to this dream, you know? Anything? Alright, maybe not. I have to have a downer dream tonight after that dog thing attacked me, right? You know, it's something interesting that I've been thinking about lately, and I've only just now come to think about it. Getting a downer... ending... There's someone else back there? Is anything else gonna spawn? Well, okay, it looks like a no. So... how are you doing, mystery figure? You... oh my. Yeah, that was pretty bad. I'm glad it sent me away from that. Not dealing with you! Not happy, Jan. Etc, etc. I don't know, I like that stupid quote, even if it's a really oblique one. And I am super duper glad that I came back here. Although, I suppose I am, actually, because now I can go and see if that corpse guy is still here. And I can also finish off my thought. It's interesting how people might want to try and avoid some of the downer elements of the dream sequences in the game, when that isn't necessarily a bad thing. Because, if you think about it, anything you do in this game is forwards progress. So, why does it necessarily matter what label you put on it? And that was surprisingly insightful and progressive for this silly little game. Alright, let's head this way and see if our corpse body guy is still there. It looks like yes. Paradoxically, I'm very happy to see you there. Now, usually when I find a prop or something in this game, I'll try to tie it into my overarching alien theory. I've done a pretty good job of a lot of it, but I don't think I can really do that with that guy. Because humans tend not to make a habit of kicking other humans when they're down. Huh. The game cannot get enough of linking me to the violence district today. What's going on with that? If I had to put money on it, I would say very static, major downer. Or that would be my prediction if this game made any degree of sense. but it kinda doesn't, so... I mean, who even knows what's going on with this thing? I do like the weird compression thing going on with the floor, though. I mean, I know I mentioned before, I really enjoy some of the visual effects that come about from the hardware limitations. That is one good example of that. And it's usually about now I'll hear a plane if it's going to spawn, so... guess I'm out here on my own? But that's alright, I mean, it's not as scary as it could be, because the music's... not upbeat, necessarily, but it's... not as downbeat as it could have been. Wait, do I hear a plane? 'Cause I certainly don't see one. Oh, I see that, though. I love that visual, just a lonely city with a few lights on, reflecting gently in the pool below. Like, if this place wasn't called the Violence District, I would almost say that it was quite a nice place. You know, except for all the murdered bodies and the car wrecks and the corpses hanging from the lampposts, but, you know, those are mere details. Oh, look at that! Ironically, the books are about the only thing in the house that aren't covered in writing. So once more, I choose to see if the giant-headed man is going to spawn. Or maybe it's a woman. I don't know, it's hard to tell because it's quite androgynous. Although it does have that little beauty spot on the chin, which is generally reserved for the ladies, so... who knows? Now, I have heard tell that the colour of the sky denotes what kind of a dream you're having, and in this case, it would suggest that we're in the middle of a hyper-opera, which... now, as I say that, it sounds like a Street Fighter move. And apparently, I am wrong all roads round, because that is a true neutral ending. You can just shut up and go back to Russia, game, because that is some bull honky. It was a super long one, too, so... we may not get too many dreams in this video. Although this is not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, it's just like real life, I suppose. Sometimes I have dreams that go by really quickly, sometimes there's... I mean, it feels like hours and hours and hours. And I write my dreams down as best I can when I wake up. Sometimes I get a paragraph out of it. Sometimes they just go on and I get like 4 pages. It's crazy. And even then, we absolutely don't know what dreams mean, or, like, what they are there for. It's the kind of thing that makes me curse the fact that I don't have the lack of morals to be a con artist, or a dream translator, or a life coach, or whatever. I mean, hell, I can barely walk up a flight of stairs without mashing my head into a wall. But yeah, psychics and coaches and stuff. Very easy money if you get in on it, but you just... you're not helping, you know? And once again, I am amused that this is a translucent polygon, and the windows upstairs are just flat, opaque JPEGs. I can kind of see why, though. I mean, there's not a whole lot to see when you do get upstairs, so all you'd really be able to see is the draw distance. And now I feel quite the fool for already explaining the idea of Korosu in the last video or whatever, because there it is. Within hiragana on the left, kanji on the right, I do believe. And also some bloody handprints, because that's one of the spookiest of things. And speaking of short dreams, that was absolutely nothing. Nothing new, either. So, you know what? We're going to get our dream quota in today. So, yeah, if that kind of thing is your bag, there you go. I hope you're really happy. Oh, especially if you're going to throw that at me, game. I have absolutely no idea what's going on with that, so... over to you, Magic Crayon. And there you have it. I think we'll be having one more dream for the day, and then we'll move on to something else. Probably getting a drink of tea. I mean, I think it's a fair assumption to say that when I finish recording my videos, I pretty much always head off and get myself some tea. Or I go to sleep. Or get a sandwich. I do something constructive. Oh, and I'm back here. Which isn't surprising, but you're surprising! Ah. I hoped to link with him before he made me link, but... Hey, I mean, we got the guy to spawn! Oh, and I'm glad I put the headphones on for this video. You probably can't hear it in the background, especially not with me talking over it. Especially not over that super loud clanging noise. But there is a very low, warped tone playing very softly in the background. That is really good, and that is really unnerving, actually. Although, I mean, I don't know if tune is the right word, necessarily. Because it's not music, it's just a very low warbling sound. But with that said, so is the music that played in day 143, and I clipped that out of the video, and it now lives in my playlist. It's a lovely tune. Quite the opposite to what's going on here, I think. Ahaha! Hello, Pyramid Head! I'm gonna look at you, and I'm just gonna keep quiet a bit, bring up the game audio, just listen to the music. Okay, I'm back. I didn't mean to link, but you got a good listen to the music, right? I mean, you heard how creepy that is? Oh, and so is this music. It's almost a shame it's throwing me out the window and I can't hear it anymore. That's kinda sad. Although now I have no music at all. I don't know which is preferable, empty nothing or scary something. And this is an interesting thought experiment, I feel. Because generally, I feel more ill at ease when I'm in a realistic setting that is ever so slightly off. Oh hey, and speaking of day 143, there's that warbling sound that's in the background. I'm gonna go right ahead though, just see what madness we have going on in the flesh tunnels. Especially with this ridiculous music. Stepping back a little, I like the idea of the name Day 143, because I like proper, fleshed out characters and things with generic or non-specific names. Is that guy tracking me? Well, not anymore he isn't, but he was either tracking me or he was just moving around the ring based on the number of steps that I took. And yes, stepping back again, I like non-specific names, and I forget if I mentioned it, but I have designs to do a character named 16Welder23. I mean, I'm not entirely sure what those numbers would denote, but I think that 16Welder23 is a fun little name. And let's hope that the game decides to repeat the last time it did this. Because it was super trippy the last time it stretched twice, and I really enjoyed getting to see the innards of the map. Until I was a total idiot and mashed my face into the wall, but... you know, there you go. Okay, this music right here, this is fitting with the visuals we're seeing. This is just a huge, warped, garbled mess. Like, I mean, this is a nightmare scenario right here. You know, maybe there's meant to be a happy tune playing and music blaring, but everything's going wrong and the music's just been chewed up like a tape player. You know, just to really date myself. Okay, I am gonna go check up on that blimp. I've been rambling enough to let it do its thing, I think. That was a pretty tricky sentence, but oh look, it is doing its thing! Do I link with you, or do you do something, or... Oh, I see. Oh, how about that? Zeppelin sends you to the machine room when it lands. And then you wake up. and then you call it the end of a video. So join us next time for something else, and until next time, goodbye.